Here we go again. The Democrats are hiding behind the Senate Parliamentarian as if the Senate Parliamentarian is a thing with actual power that overrides them. So the Hill reports, Senate Parliamentarian issues bombshell ruling that Democrats only get one more chance to sidestep GOP this year. So in other words, what that means is the Senate Parliamentarian is, I love the words that they use, ruling or declaring that there's only one more crack at reconciliation. And by the way, the reconciliation has to be very narrow to a certain set of issues. Now, I want to remind you, whenever the Republicans have power, they shop around for the parliamentarian that they want to give them the answer that they want. So even though only certain things are allowed through reconciliation, the Republicans decided whatever we want will be included in that. So, for example, they jammed through their 2017 tax cut bill through reconciliation, even though, in theory, I think stuff that goes through reconciliation has to be budget neutral, deficit neutral. The 2017 tax cuts for the wealthy were not at all deficit neutral, but they jammed it through anyway. There's examples of Republicans asking a parliamentarian their opinion on a certain piece of legislation. The parliamentarian says you can't do that through reconciliation. Then they just fire the parliamentarian and do it anyway. Now, the Democrats don't do that. Why don't they do that? Make no mistake about it. In this case, it doesn't have anything to do with ideologically they bend the knee to the parliamentarian because they're rule followers or whatever. No, the fact of the matter is Democratic leadership doesn't want to do a lot of the things that they're pretending to want to do right now. There's a lot of things that Biden is virtue signaling about that he has the authority to put pressure on Manchin and Sinema and whoever else is in his way and sort of force them to get to 51 votes to pass an infrastructure package, to pass tax cuts on the wealthy, at least to put some amount of obvious effort into it. He's not putting any effort into it. Not only is he not putting any effort into it, he's trying to get it through regular order, which is 60 votes, which he's not going to get if he fucking comes up with the cure for cancer. Republicans will still tell him to go fuck himself, and they're not going to let that through regular order. So really what he's doing is pretending to be in favor of all these things, not fighting for them, and then they'll turn around and say, oh gosh golly, we couldn't do it because of the big bad Republicans. They don't want to be bipartisan, and we love bipartisanship. And we also can't do it because of the Senate Parliamentarian. See, the Senate Parliamentarian said the thing that we're not allowed to do it, and we have to defer to the wisdom of the parliamentarian. It's a low-level paid staffer. You're asking their advisory opinion. If you want, you could say, thanks for the input. We're not following it at all. You could fire them. Again, listen to this headline. Listen to how they make it sound. They make it sound like the unelected parliamentarian gets the last say. Quote, Senate Parliamentarian issues bombshell ruling that Democrats only get one more chance to sidestep GOP this year. If you don't follow politics closely and you read that, you're going to think, oh, it's not the Democrats' fault, it's the parliamentarian's fault. That's nonsense. They could override the parliamentarian. They could fire the parliamentarian. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. So they're looking for every excuse in the book. Oh, we can't do it because the Republicans aren't being bipartisan. Oh, we can't do it because of Manchin and Sinema. Oh, we can't do it because of the parliamentarian. So in other words, they're going to do dick, like I already told you, from now all the way until August, and then they're going to hope to do well in the midterms. Are you fucking kidding me? You have to put in more effort. You have to materially fight for people. Those $1,400 checks gave Biden a nice approval ratings bump. It's only going to last so long. Everybody in the country is going to say, what have you done for me lately? So do it at your own risk. But this is just more excuses that ultimately are substanceless. And it's just allowing Democrats to not do anything as they pretend like they're actually fighting to do something.